The very first thing you need to do in law practice is open clients and matters. The system works in the principle you have one or more clients and each client has one or more matters. You can't have a matter without a client. So to open a client, in the top bar you'll see add new client. So the first thing is to give the client a name. So this might be ABC Engineering or whatever else you can have trading at. The system automatically gives it a code. So if we already had something that started with the same 6 characters, it would be alphabetically the next. Department, which department, and you can add your own departments. Let's say it's litigation. Emails just for reference, but account email is where the pro forma invoices and statements will be automatically sent by the system. So that's a standard email address of your client. Street address for reference, but postal address is what appears on the invoice and statement, and that you will say, if you push enter you get a new line. And then when you finish your tab off, your client's VAT number and registration number, but you don't really need that, but the VAT number you do for any sizable invoices must appear on the invoice. This is information you can put here for reference if you want to keep a reference title. So you might have missed telephone number, cell number, etc. You don't need a lot of this other stuff, but you can put in if you want to. Also, send statement just is the default when there's a month-end process where you want to send statements, where it will automatically tick. If you say yes, then it will tick this client and all their matters to be sent, but you can then untick. If you said no and for some reason you did want to send, you could then simply tick. So that's just a default. So when you say OK, it's now saved the client. So before you open a matter you have to have the client. So if I now want to open a matter for that client, first thing is you need to say who the client is. So for instance, I'll just start typing and I get a list. So this is a new client, that's the client. Now what's important here is to give a really good matter description. And in fact you can even have things like policy number. The reason for doing that is that when you're searching for a matter, you could type in any part of the client's name, any part of the matter description, including that policy number, for argument's sake, or earth number, or whatever. The matter code will be the client code -01 for the first matter, 2 for the second, and so on. The owner will default to the person who logged in, and then that person can also give access to other people. But the system can be set up to say that a particular fee earner has access to all matters. You don't worry about this because we diarise matters individually. You'll see it's brought through the client's department, but you can select a different one. Okay, and it will use, for instance, the client's email address if that was entered, but you could have a different email address for the matter as well. Now the fee level is also important. The fee level will determine, these are time-based fees to tell the system to select your hourly rate, either your standard hourly rate, your high, your low, your substar. So you can have these 4 different hourly rates. In fact, you can have more if you wanted. If it's a court-based tariff, for argument's sake. High court would be A, Madge court tariff level A would be A, but you can have B, C, D, and it'll pick up the correct amount for that tariff. So for instance, I might say standard. And you don't worry about this. The system works the principle you can, if you archive a matter, it makes it ineffective at that time for live. And I select that, and now those matters are available for posting, for capturing fees, and subsequently invoicing, receiving money, etc., etc.